What's happening, everybody, and welcome back to another video on X-Men What Ifs. Today we're going to be continuing the topic of what if Gohan was a Legendary Super Saiyan. Now, if you haven't seen the last part, make sure you go and watch part 1 before you watch this one, because that one covers the layout of how this story is going to go. I'm just going to assume you watched it and continue with part 2 today, so let's begin. During their trip, Goku and Raditz would train Vegeta to achieve Super Saiyan, and Vegeta is soon enough able to get it. Once they arrive on the planet, Vegeta fires a huge blast straight at the huge palace. Many soldiers then attack the three Saiyans, with Vegeta brutally killing them, with Raditz and Goku just knocking them out. You must be wondering, where's Gohan? Well, Gohan is currently training with Piccolo on Earth, with Goku deciding that it is safe for Gohan to stay back, as he doesn't have control over his Super Saiyan and could possibly be killed in the action, thanks to Raditz's information. During their battle, Goku and the others defeat many powerful foes, such as Dodoria, Zarbon, Kui, and half of the Ginyu Force. Goku, Raditz, and Vegeta then group back together to see Ginyu and Jeice left of Frieza's army. Meanwhile, Frieza and King Cold would watch and see that Vegeta and Raditz were traitors. Goku tells Ginyu to give up, and Ginyu fakes a scene, but Raditz knows what he's up to, and he instantly kills Ginyu. Raditz then explains that Ginyu was up to no good, and that he was just stalling. But now, Frieza and Cold would be coming out of hiding. Vegeta then steps up and powers up into his Super Saiyan. Frieza then chuckles as Vegeta lets him and Cold transform into their final forms. Raditz yells at Vegeta for being so stupid, but Vegeta assures them that he can defeat them both. Frieza and Cold then emerge, and they both fight Vegeta, and Vegeta takes some hits but then blocks them too. Vegeta then starts to overwhelm the two, and soon enough, he is able to kill King Cold, leaving Frieza all by himself. Frieza then fires a blast into the core of the planet, but before it hits, Goku jumps in and deflects the blast away. With this failed attempt, he then buffs up into his full power and continues to battle Vegeta. Vegeta then toys with Frieza for a while, and soon enough, he destroys Frieza with a Gallic gun. Goku and Raditz then congratulate Vegeta, and Vegeta then reveals his true plan. He's going to take over the Frieza Force and make it into the Vegeta Force. Goku doesn't really care about this, but Raditz is still suspicious. But Vegeta so far hasn't done anything bad, so he wouldn't go crazy about it. Goku and Raditz then head back to Earth, but on the way, they lose fuel and have to lay low on a planet. The planet they arrive on is planet Yardrat. In this story, a different variation of Trunks would arrive, so it's not going to be our normal blue-haired boy, but it kind of is at the same time, so let's discuss how this Trunks came to be. Let's discuss the topic of the future world in this world. Yeah, that made so much sense. In the future, Goku and Raditz arrive back on Earth after they finish their training with Paibara. Goku and Raditz continue to train with Gohan, continuing his studies, until one day during the brothers' sparring, Goku collapses in pain. Raditz continuously tries to use his new technique healing to heal his brother, but this would only delay the inevitable, which would be Goku falling to the heart virus. With Raditz not being able to help his brother, he desperately tries to resurrect Goku, but Shenron reveals that he cannot resurrect those who have died due to natural causes. Raditz becomes infuriated, but all of a sudden, the androids would appear. Raditz alongside the other Z fighters would then arrive, and the androids reveal that they're creations of Dr. Gero. Raditz doesn't really care for this, so he powers up straight into Super Saiyan and slams 17 into the ground. 18 then jumps in and gangs up on Raditz, with the group then joining in. The androids would kill off the humans first, as they are too slow to keep up with the big fight. Raditz tries to heal them, but the androids keep him on his toes. Gohan arrives later to see his uncle struggling, and most of all, his friends have died. First father, now everyone else? No, I won't allow this. Gohan then snaps and loses control as his hair flickers into a deep green and his muscles bulge up. The androids and Raditz look in fear, as the power bestowed upon them is very high, but to the androids' luck, it's uncontrollable. 17 and 18 would then have to weirdly have a team up with Raditz and Piccolo to calm down Gohan. They are soon able to defeat Gohan, with them starting to relax. 17 then grows an evil grin as he fires a blast straight towards the ground, straight towards Gohan. Gohan is obliterated, and Piccolo and Raditz watch in horror. Piccolo has failed his student. What's he gonna do now? 18 would then come around to the backside of Piccolo and fire a blast straight through his chest. Raditz would be the only one remaining, and the androids would laugh as they would see a defeated look on his face and tell him to leave, as they want to play around with him a little more. Raditz would then leave with his friends and everybody, including his nephew, gone. Once arriving back at Capsule Corp, Raditz would sadly have to give the news to Bulma, and Bulma would collapse into his arms. But there would still be hope, with soon to be their son, Trunks. For some time of Raditz's life, he would give up fighting as a whole, but soon enough, Bulma would have to get him back into shape and tell him that their son has lots of potential, maybe as much as Gohan did, and that maybe Trunks can be their new hope. Now, this is where things kind of go parallel to the normal timeline, with Raditz, or future Raditz in this case, taking up the role of being Trunks' teacher, but also his father. That's something I never thought I would say or consider, having Gohan as Trunks' father. That'd just be very, very weird. I mean, like, I guess Gohan was kind of like a father figure, but at the same time, he was more of a brother figure, so... this is hurting my head. This is really hurting my head. Anyways, this really just concludes with Raditz unfortunately having to be killed by the androids and sacrificing himself for his son. And this would also conclude into Trunks going back into the past to ask for some help. Or not to ask for some help, just to warn them of the androids. You see, that was just a really weird thing. Like, why didn't he just go to the past just, to ask for some help? So weird. Go check out my What If Trunks Asks for Help series. At this point, I'm just rambling, so I'm just going to cut off the video right here, and we'll discuss what happens in the Android arc next time in part 3. So, what did you guys expect for this new scenario of what if Gohan turned into or was a Legendary Super Saiyan? Did you guys want the future Gohan to actually defeat the androids and take up the role of being Earth's protector? Did you really see this twist ending with the androids actually turning on them? Maybe if these androids were the ones from the past, they possibly would have spared them, but honestly I don't think so, because the androids from the future are completely evil, apparently. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, so then that lets me know that you guys want more content like this. And with that all out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Later!
Okay, we all go together or we go one at a time.
Yeah! Hardcore, parkour! Hardcore, parkour! I'm right behind you.